All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be diving into something pretty incredible today,
Yeah.
AI in healthcare. And I think this is one of those topics that people either think is like way out there,
Yeah.
robots are going to be doing brain surgery next week,
Yeah.
or they just haven't heard a lot about it.
Totally.
But we found this really interesting opinion piece from Advamed,
Yeah.
which is the Medical Technology Association,
Mhm.
published in the Star Tribune, and they make a really strong case for why this is actually happening now,
Absolutely. Yeah.
not in the future.
This is not science fiction. This is real.
Real stuff happening. So,
Yeah.
right off the bat, the authors Pete Arduini from GE Healthcare and Scott Whitaker from Advem, they say that AI is already saving lives today.
It is.
That's a pretty bold statement.
It's a bold statement, and it's true.
So how is it already saving lives today?
One of the best examples, I think, from the article is this AI-assisted colonoscopy software.
Okay.
And, colonoscopies are the gold standard for detecting polyps. Right. But even the best doctors can miss things. And this AI is like having a second set of eyes in there with the doctor scanning alongside.
So it's not replacing the doctor, it's like augmenting the doctor.
Exactly. Augmenting the doctor, giving them superpowers, essentially.
I like that. So
Yeah.
why is this a big deal for colon cancer specifically?
Colon cancer is a big deal because it's the fourth most common cancer overall,
Wow.
and it's the deadliest for men under 50.
Really?
And it often doesn't cause symptoms until it's very advanced.
Yeah.
But if you catch it early,
Yeah.
it completely changes the game in terms of treatment and survival.
So this AI is not just finding these polyps, it's potentially saving lives by finding it early.
That's exactly right.
Okay. And this AI, how does it even work?
Well, this is a really interesting point because it's trained on millions of colonoscopy images.
Wow.
So it's using a type of artificial intelligence called deep learning,
Okay.
where it's essentially learning from all of this data
Yeah.
and identifying these subtle patterns that even a really experienced doctor won't miss.
So it's like giving a computer a medical degree in polyp detection, but on a scale
Yeah.
that humans can't do.
Exactly, at a speed and scale we could never achieve as humans.
It's mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing.
So speaking of scale and speed, the article also talks about AI analyzing MRI scans.
Yeah.
Can you explain how that works?
So imagine you're a doctor. You're looking at an MRI scan, and you're trying to spot a tiny abnormality
Right.
that could be cancer. Well, AI can analyze millions of these scans, learn to identify those signs of malignancy,
Mm-hmm.
and then flag those for the doctor to review.
So it's like this super-powered research assistant kind of going through all this data,
Exactly.
highlighting the really important stuff so the doctor can spend their time
Absolutely.
focusing on that.
It's like giving the doctor a cheat sheet, in a way.
Right, but like a really smart cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Not the cheat sheet I used to make in high school.
Right. Yeah. It's based on millions of data points.
Okay, so it's not just faster, it's
Yeah.
more accurate and maybe catching things that would have been missed.
Absolutely. And when we're talking about cancer, that extra layer of accuracy can be the difference between life and death.
It really does put the power of this AI into perspective. It's not just
Mhm.
futuristic robots. It's really tangible improvements in healthcare right now.
Right.
And it's not just diagnosis. The authors talk about an AI system that creates surgical reports in real time in the operating room.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Real-time surgical reports.
In real time.
That's wild.
Instead of the surgeon or a nurse manually documenting everything,
Yeah.
this AI system is doing it automatically.
That frees up so much time and mental energy for the people in the operating room.
Exactly. And it allows the surgical team to focus on the patient and less on the paperwork.
That's amazing. Less paperwork, more focus on the patient, and probably fewer errors.
Yeah.
I can already see how that would streamline things in the operating room. But what about like the bigger picture? What are the long-term implications of this AI doing these tests?
Well, one thing I think we can expect is a more efficient healthcare system overall. Less time on paperwork means more time for patient care, and it also could lead to cost savings, which is something we all care about.
Right. And what about the impact on the doctors? If AI is handling all this stuff, what does that mean for their role?
That's a great question,
Hmm.
and something we'll definitely explore further. But the authors emphasize that AI is augmenting doctors, making them better, not replacing them.
Okay, so it's empowering them with new tools and insights,
Exactly.
not taking their job away.
Not taking their jobs.
That's a good point to highlight. We're not talking about AI taking over. We're talking about AI working with people to improve healthcare.
Absolutely.
But I imagine some people listening might be feeling a little uneasy about all this.
Yeah.
AI is new change can be scary, especially when it comes to our health.
It's understandable. Anytime there's a major technological shift, there's bound to be some apprehension.
Right.
But I think it's important to remember that any medical advancement, even something as common as a stent today, was once met with skepticism and fear.
And they bring that up specifically in the article, and they also talk about the FDA's role in this.
Right.
Apparently, they have a very strict approval process for AI-enabled medical devices, and they've already authorized almost 900 of them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good track record, I'd say.
That's a lot. That seems like a pretty strong testament to their safety and efficacy.
Absolutely. The FDA plays a critical role in making sure that these technologies are safe and effective for patients. And the fact that so many AI-enabled devices have already been authorized shows that they're taking this responsibility very seriously.
So it's not like they're just throwing these AI systems into hospitals with no oversight or regulation. There's a
Yeah.
whole system in place to make sure that these are safe and actually beneficial.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, we can expect even more rigorous testing and regulations.
Yeah. So we've seen how AI is already making waves from helping to detect cancer to those surgical reports. It really does seem like we're at the beginning of a major transformation in how we approach healthcare.
I think so. And AI is leading the charge.
This has been an amazing start to our deep dive, but there's so much more to explore. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll continue this journey into the world of AI-powered healthcare.
Sounds good.
Oh,
And it really is amazing to think about all the stuff AI can do in healthcare.
I know, and I think what's so cool about it is it's not just
Yeah.
the really complex surgeries and robots and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like impacting people's lives right now in these smaller ways.
Absolutely. And it's not just limited to these really high-tech procedures.
Right.
It's also like changing the everyday aspects of healthcare.
Yeah, you're totally right. Remember how the Advanced piece talked about those AI systems that make surgical reports?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if that was used for all the administrative stuff.
Absolutely. Think about all the time that doctors and nurses spend on,